Hello guys and welcome back to the Mobius.bet Maestros as we are watching more of these wonderful South American games. But today we have a very curious change. Not only are we going to get different teams playing in these best of twos, but we even get a different caster. A caster with an ultimate knowledge of the SA region. We had to kick out Seek and Strike because he mispronounced Arceus one too many times. But here comes Bowie to make up for his lackings. Now we finally have some Brazilian representation on this broadcast. How are you doing, my good friend?
I'm doing exceptionally well, It's been a long time coming that I want to cast with you, so we finally got to do that. And apparently we have a Tavo Broodmother, so this game is, already very promising.
Yeah, let's move right into the game so people can see what Bowie is talking about as we go into the draft.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. You're giving us small spoilers, it's fine, we accept this. But we have SG with, as you said, Broodmother Mirana to start, Infinity, the answer with a Winter Wyvern, and the Luna. Huh.
Okay.
So Luna as an answer to Broodmother. How do you see this matchup running around?
Yeah, it's a little bit janky. I think, most carries actually do okay versus Brood nowadays, because you're actually afraid of the level 6, and you're probably going to be pushed out of lane, so having a hero that can jungle is usually what you want against Broodmother, so with that, I'm kind of okay with. What I'm a little bit scared about is whether this Wyvern is going to be in the lane with the Luna, or if it's going to be a 4 Wyvern, because sometimes I would like to see like a stronger lane. I think Wyvern is an okay support 5, but someone that can actually hunt the Brood and kill her would seem like a better fit in my opinion.
I agree. Something yesterday I saw which I thought was a very interesting approach to how to counter the Brood. I mean, they've done this before, right? By Hokori, they run their Mars 5, which they do relatively often, yeah. And against Brood, it was really smart because you just had a 5 that could actually stay in lane, and so the carry could actually go jungle, and the 5 could be there dealing with Broodmother and the Spiderlings, and you could catch her in the mid game. Mind you, Mars did die a couple of times. That's normal. You're a 5 Mars. You're not going to beat Brood, but I thought it was a really cool idea. So I agree with you. I do like a stronger lane. Winter Wyvern is kind of food for Broodmother once she gets level 6.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of this like super janky pub. I think it was Duster playing. He was playing Mars 5. That was when MJZ started doing it for Thunder Predator, and he was playing against the Broodmother, and I remember looking at he was a level 5 Mars, position 5, and he had 3 points of Bulwark, and I was like, what the hell is this? But it worked okay versus Brood because you actually take almost no damage from the spiders. That was fun. But yeah, we'll see whether they're gonna play Wyvern as a 5 or not. They do ban a lot of mid heroes here. Kunkka and Invoker, so are they planning on playing TA here for Infinity? Because those two are usually kind of good versus TA. I'm sorry, kind of bad versus TA, so that's why we'll take it out.
Maybe. I'm thinking of PP's pools. I mean, I guess TA is decent against Broodmother, right? Because you clear Spiderlings relatively easily. You can burst her down too.
Yeah.
It's not a bad guess. I think TA works nicely with Luna. It's not too greedy a lineup. Compared to like Medusa, for example.
True. Yeah, I've seen actually SG playing this in the I think it was not one of the final games, but they played TA Luna, and it seems greedy, but it worked out really well. But I think you need to be a really good team to run it. It's not like if you do that in a pub, it's very easy to just get stomped because they both kind of want to farm the same areas of the map.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're both ancient takers, right? So that is true.
Yeah.
You have to be a bit safe about that. I wonder if SG Esports is thinking this too, because they've seen this Luna TA before, right? Not the best combo with Winter Wyvern, by the way. Winter Wyvern just seems kind of a dead pick if you go for that, but we'll see.
Yeah, true.
We'll see what SG responds first, and then go for the Gyrocopter. Okay. It's very similar to Luna, honestly, in what he does. So not as fast a farmer, but a bit stronger power spike. Have you seen the build they're running these days, where you go full stats on Gyro?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it in your pubs, I see. Okay, it's
yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I think they did that with Jug. There's a lot of experimenting still to be done with stats. I feel like, I even though it's relatively old, I think there's a lot to find or to discover in that regard. What I'm kind of worried about is that usually when I see SG running this Mirana, you have Tavo playing a DK, you have like this stun in the offlane. So right now, I guess I like the gyro because he offers a stun, although it's kind of unreliable. It just feels weird. I don't see any cohesion in these picks, but maybe the fourth pick is gonna, kind of tie it up together for them.
I do agree with you. There's gonna be a hoodwink. This gyro pick though does make the TA pretty valuable though, honestly, because now you will have the personal TA against gyro. It's pretty solid. He doesn't deal well with that. If you go for the stats build, you don't have the rocket barrage deal with refraction usually until late, right? So you always have that option. Hoodwink pick. I mean, not very surprising to see the hoodwink. Honestly, the hero's always good.
Yeah, it's just
like he's just genuinely solid.
Pretty, yeah. Like some people get afraid of calling her OP. I think she's like soft OP. Always gonna be picked, not always banned. So it's not like an IO type of hero where you're like afraid to play against it, but it's always gonna be like a hero. It rarely isn't a good hoodwink game, right?
That's true. I do feel like it's not really worth a ban most of the time, though. It doesn't do enough for you to justify a ban over her. Like, you're right. She is soft OP. I think she's OP because, as you said, she's always useful. Be a Sanking pick for Infinity. Interesting choice. Actually, really good one against Broodmother. And pretty good now against the Gyrocopter. Especially now since you saw the Shadow Demon, you know their save is going to be a bit limited. It's not like a bad-in or, it's only disruption. It's whatever. So Sanking is actually pretty solid at dealing with that. You can bait out disruption with Bushwhack, and then the Sharpshooter, and then Sanking can reinitiate afterwards and destroy Gyro or whoever you saved there.
Yeah, and I think in general having wave pushers against range heroes is going to be valuable because this Gyro, doesn't want to be under tower with creeps hitting him. He doesn't have damage block. So I overall like this. Still kind of scared for the lanes because, like, I look Broodmother Mirana doesn't strike me as a relatively strong lane, but usually they do a really good job at killing couriers when they play the Theolicor Mirana. So I think they might be able to do a lot with in that regard. And then this Shadow Demon 5, I'm not really that sure about that guy, but
yeah, me neither. I'm not a
He's
fan.
good versus Luna, so that's why I think like they might even play the Shadow Demon in the offlane because there's probably more for him to do there, and have them run and gyro together because can miss IO into arrow at least. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I can see that point actually. Mirana. The only problem though is that if you do that, then Mirana doesn't have the liberty to rotate, right? So then.
Yeah, it's a little bit weirder.
Yeah, and if you pick like an Ember, for example, here, which is okay, right, as a pick for SG, then all of a sudden you can't use that. They banned the Kunkka already, so you don't have that option. But usually you try to pick a mid laner that can set up a gank for Mirana most of the time.
True.
What could we be seeing here? I do like the Sanking, by the way, though, very much, as you mentioned. I think that as a tower defender, he's awesome. So you can. I like it. I think the pick against Broodmother should always be your offlaner or your supports if you can muster that, because that way you don't mind forcing Sanking to go in the safe lane and farming badly for a couple of minutes while he deals with Broodmother. Whereas if your mid laners do that, that does feel a bit bad.
And I think that when you look at the SG's heroes, they don't really have like a DK or hero that can kind of brute force the tier 1 tower. So if the Sanking just rotates top, he will delay a lot of time here if SG wants to start taking some towers. No Lash, no. I guess DK is open. I wonder if they would play that on 4DR.
I do like the DK actually. They have done it in 4DR. That's the Ember pickup. Not much surprise. I think actually SG wanted the Ember, or it was a really good Ember game, so you just take it away from them. And it's also one of PP's better heroes. It works really great against Broodmother. I like it. I do like the DK choice that you're suggesting, though. I think the DK is pretty solid here, even against an Ember.
I think it's amazing versus Ember. It would give them the push that they lack. It pairs out with the Mirana rotations, as you were talking about.
Sets up for homing missile, even with how long Dragon Tail is, genuinely.
Yeah, true.
And you don't really have a big counter to Sanking is annoying in the beginning, right? But you can sort of deal with it if you go BKB, especially as mid DK.
Yeah, even the eggs, right? Super powerful against Sanking because you get the Magic Crest.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do like the DK here a lot. I wonder if
they don't go for that route. What else is left here? Tiny spend. I think should go DK. Well, there we go.
I like it because we both were thinking for a while and we're like, is there anything better? No. And SG is like, yeah, I guess they're right. Let's just go DK. They were doing the exact same conversation that we were having here.
Oh, and he actually has the anime DK. Nice.
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't gonna buy this battle pass, but I bought it just for that. That is such a beautiful set.
Yeah, it is amazing actually.
It makes spamming DK a little bit less painful.
Boring?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Look, DK is a hero with a lot of complexities, right? What do I Dragon Tail first? Is it the carry or the mid laner? Oh, ooh, that's a difficult choice every game.
Should I get 3 points of my OP aura or my OP passive, or should I get 4 points? I don't know.
Hardest choice in the game.
Yeah, is 12 HP region better than 15? I guess it is. I'll pick it up.
That's true. That's true.
I do love the Murana Syndrome set. Not sure if you saw that meme, but
oh yeah, it looks just like
such a janky freaking face. Like, beautiful.
It is true. It does look awfully similar to Cinder, and I like when I saw that meme, I was like, they have a point here.
But yeah,
maybe Teolikor is just honoring him. That's why he's playing it. Overall, what draft do you like better though with his final DK pick?
Let me think here. Overall, it's kind of hard not to go with Luna. I think in general the teams, they learn why this hero is so good. So I think I favor them just slightly into the draft, but this Ember might struggle a lot against the DK. I'm surprised they even went for it, knowing that DK, such a meta hero was open, playing against 4DR. That is a little scary. But if he doesn't die a lot in the early game and he can make stuff happen, this Luna is gonna be super annoying to deal with.
I would agree. I think that the draft I would give slightly to Infinity, but I do find that it's not enough of an outdraft for them to overcome what I think is the better team, right? Which is SG.
I totally agree with you there. That said, though, they are tied in points, right? So so far the performance has been relatively even. We'll see if it's just a question of not enough data points or whether Infinity is actually playing really well.
I mean, Infinity, they've had... Dude, if you saw like games yesterday, it was... oh my goodness. It was... The last series they played against Vinomistas, the first game was just not Dota for Infinity. They decided that... I don't know what that was, honestly. It was not a good game for them. There were like multiple times where they made mistakes that were not like, oh, they forgot about this tactical aspect that they get. No. The Tiny, for example, was one moment where he jumped in to kill the Luna in the middle of a team fight, and then she was live with a sliver of HP, and he just forgot about her. Like, seriously started hitting something else, and then went somewhere else, and then died, because obviously he went into 5 heroes, trying to kill the Luna. It was not a good game. The end was... the game was finished because they were defending against mid creeps, Infinity, and when they were trying to push out the lanes, of course, right? But Papita went out and pushed out without a TP. So then when he was playing Tidehunter as well. So then they pushed the base, and they have no Ravage. And Papita's like running from like the tier 2 from the enemy team over to the base. It obviously doesn't make it in time.
Oh my.
Yeah, so you watch those games, you go, I don't know if Infinity is good or bad, but they have some really good performances, really bad performances. I think SG for the most part has been a bit more consistent. As I suggested yesterday, Infinity is like from 0 to 10, and SG is like from a 6 to a 10. They have some bad days, but they're not the worst days, right?
I totally get what you're saying.
So
I mean, I think this draft, could be their chance of getting like into a 6-7 territory. We'll see if they can match the play style with their draft.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I do have an issue with SG that I think they haven't fixed yet is it's a classical issue with Team Brazil as well. If you remember them, King Jungles. Oh, okay. The Mariano doesn't have a range. So I don't know. I mean, if you've been following, of course you have, right? SG for a long time, Team Brazil, and all that iteration. To me, the issue they've always had is that they sometimes don't want to end the game. Like they just don't. They just keep farming and farming until they're over farmed to end the game, and they don't play aggressive enough. And sometimes that costs them winnable games, right? I don't know if you've noticed that from them too.
No. I agree with you. Yep. I think they had two, like with SG at least. They had like 2 points that I noticed. First, they were scared of ending the game because they felt like they could throw, then they would lose games because of that. Then they kind of evolved a little bit, and they like developed this method of always going high ground when they had the advantage. But sometimes the advantage wouldn't ever get there because they just like lost a team fight or lost a Roshan. So I think they evolved past that point, but you know, with these how you say, you know, with TI being kind of far away, I always like I don't know, in the back of my mind, I keep thinking whether you know they're training new stuff or
Right.
you know how serious they're taking everything, because you definitely want to be at your you know best at TI, right? So there's an amount of effort that you have to save for it. But overall, you know, I think they're gonna play really well.
I agree with your point, actually. When I was talking to some of the no-ping guys, they were telling me that at least the group stages for this tournament to them were closer to scrims than to professional matches.
Yeah.
Because like they're not preparing for TI, mind you, but like they want to see if their team works. They're not that interested or that desperate in getting the 10K prize pool, right? I think SG probably feels very similar. Where yeah, if they win, obviously that's nice, you know, it's a great tournament. But if they don't, it's fine because it's all about improving.
I totally agree with that. And you know, it kind of bums me out that I guess if a patch is ever coming, that is not out yet, because I feel like this would be the perfect scenario for that. You
Yes,
know?
I agree. I think if you don't send it, if you don't give a patch soon, you just don't send a patch, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's why I think like a patch is not actually coming. I talked to a lot of people that said there was gonna be one, but like I don't know, it's starting to get late.
I am definitely a non-patch believer. I think there's gonna be maybe a small patch or something like that, right? But not a big patch. For sure, not a big patch.
Yeah, like maybe just nerf
DK armor.
DK Luna Wyvern, Terrorblade,
and Dusa, to be
much
honest. Yeah. Honestly, if you nerf Luna Terrorblade Dusa, I would be happy. If that's what the patch is, and you nerf him hard enough, maybe Hoodwinks Bushwhack a bit.
Oh yeah, true. Hoodwink needs a nerf.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'd be good. Like, it's not like the patch is that oppressive. I just think the carry position right now in the patch is oppressive. Dabo, by the way, in the top lane. I think he might die this time. They do see him. Oh, maybe not. They're actually out of mana on Berna, and they're out of stuns. Dabo will be able to make out of here alive, thanks to the little tango as well. But Tio Licor can't really leave him alone. He constantly is coming back to the lane, trying to help him out. Give him a salve here.
Oh.
Constabile does in the bottom lane. I keep reading the tradition for Richie camera where I missed the first blood, so it's okay, guys. It's just the tradition of this channel.
Just the lore of the channel. You know, I was gonna say that that I'm surprised that Brood, like usually when a hero gets a new form of like sustaining lane, they nerf the initial like with Pudge, right? They actually took the HP regen out of the passive. And because they gave like him a lot of armor and other buffs. With Broodmother, they literally made the ult, the lifesteals, a normal ability, and the web HP regen still like super high.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised that they didn't actually dealt with that when they changed Broodmother, because just so OP. Like you have this HP regen that is like insane, and you also lifesteal for like 35%.
As we're seeing now.
Speaking of her.
As they go for 60 Yogi, they catch him with the arrow. And on top of that, of course, you wouldn't be out without a bit of bonus damage, which allows you to even get kills with this insatiable hunger. I completely agree with you. I feel like that change was bonkers, considering you kept the spin web the whole time.
Yeah, all of that to say, Broodmother is probably going to get nerfed too if
Yes.
there is a patch. Whenever there is a patch.
I think the only thing that Brood... the only issue she has right now, at least in the early stages, really that she doesn't have enough levels to put points in everything, because she just wants to max everything so early. All her abilities are so good.
Totally agree. All right, time for the rune here. Looks like there is a rotation from Yogi, but SG doesn't really have the same.
How do you think this bottom lane does, by the way? What do you... Sanking versus Gyrocopter, how do you see that matchup going? Can Sanking survive this? Oh, talk about Sanking, by the way. He's going to go in here for the Shadow Demon. We don't have Rocket Barrage, so Mariano... Actually, he might just die to Constabile's attacks. No, Mariano gets away barely. King Jungle's last bit of Shadow Poison. That's not going to be sufficient to kill him. They don't have Bushwhack, though. Mariano really wants that kill, but he ain't going to find it. Instead, he might actually die to the Shadow Poison. Just need one more stack. He's trying his best, but King Jungle has no vision of him, and both are going to end up retreating.
Wow. That was so close. Yeah, I think this is a highly skilled lane. I don't think anyone has like an advantage by itself.
Okay.
It really depends on how they fight. I think this is fine. You know, Gyrocopter, he is very similar to the Luna in the sense that once this lane, you know, once the Sand King has level 6, you're probably scared for your life, but you can jungle, so it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
How is the stacking going here? Do we have any?
Do we have any stack? Oh, we do. We have one stack here in the triangle.
Oh yeah. True.
Oh, actually, we have multiple stacks. Oh, they have stacks for days. I'm assuming that the Ancients one is for the Luna, and then the small ones are for the Sanking. But
oh yeah, you're talking about Infinity. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Were you looking at SG? All right, sorry.
Yeah.
King Jungles, they don't have a bushwhack here for him. The Sandstorm. King Jungles, like, I'm out of the Sandstorm. I can kill you now. Costabile has joined them. He actually did take a point in the Rocket Barrage. Interesting. We're not going to see the stats built for this Gyrocopter.
Okay.
So what's the logic behind this? Why take the point in Rocket Barrage? Is it because of the matchup against Sanking?
I think there's always gonna be some kill potential. So like it really depends. Like if you're in a position of maybe killing someone, you might just learn Rocket Barrage for the kill, especially if it's first blood. So maybe that's what happened.
No, he learned it now, level 4. That's why I'm curious.
Yeah, okay. I'm not entirely sure, actually. It's not a lot of value,
bad, right? So
yeah, it's really bad. Maybe that means he's gonna get another one at level 7. We'll see.
Yeah. It's interesting build because he's usually the Rocket Barrage build was you max Rocket Barrage, right? To be effective with your magical damage early. Then you go for the flat cannon later. Anyway, Dioli Code, by the way.
Yeah.
He's gonna find PP, who has no point in Searing Chain, so he's fine. Never mind. Keep talking to me about this beautiful Gyrocopter. I want to see the logic behind this. What do you think? There's a lot of kill opportunities here in this game against Infinity. Do you think you have a good hunting lineup for SG?
I do feel like you can kill in this lane. Like the Hoodwink is definitely a hero that you can kill if you time your spells right. So that's just a little bit more damage, I think. It's not even more damage than the homing missile, but you get more chances of doing more damage, basically, right? Because the homing missile is you get 75 damage when you get the second point, but you're only gonna get one off. Whereas Rocket Barrage, since the cooldown is low, like you can probably do more damage in the feasible amount of time a team fight usually lasts. I guess if that makes any sense. And he's also going Tread, so this means he's gonna have more mana to use the Rocket Barrage, which is usually a problem if you go like phase boots on Gyro.
That's true. Okay, I see that. And then into the mid game as well, you can, I think, probably utilize this Gyrocopter to combine with Shaudi and Marana, and maybe even hunt with a berry, right?
Yes.
Because your offlaner can't do that, because Broodmother is much more of a pusher this game.
Speaking of Brood, I think the hard time for Brood is already gone. Like, Tavo didn't die a single time. Even though the score is 1-1, I think this is a big advantage for SG. No one's going to be able to deal with Brood for, I don't know, 10 minutes probably.
Yep. What do you even rotate here? Do you just... It's Sanking, right? Just leave Sanking in this lane forever.
Charo.
No. Because Tabile dies. Disruption won't stop PP here. And Sexy Yogi will die in the top lane to the Broodmother as they're going to hunt down King Jungles. Here comes the aggression with Swashbuckle, Loosen Beam, Searing Chains, and King Jungles will fall.
Yeah, the problem starts now, though, because, yeah, sure, you rotate and you kill the Gyro, but there's a freaking DK taking your tower, and there's no hero on Infinity that can do anything similar. Like, losing this mid tier 1 at 8 minutes is a huge loss.
No.
Oh, nice.
No, nothing happened there. Just avoided the Dragon Tail. You're right. Losing the mid-tier 1 is massive, especially because Broodmother's going to do the same with the top 1. Eventually, right? Even if Mariano is here.
Yeah.
So maybe Infinity's choice here is to try to rotate and take bottom, but they don't really have the best pushers, do they?
Yeah, Luna's level 5. She's actually struggling quite a bit.
Yeah? Why did her lane go? I mean, I guess against Broodmother, right? At some point, your lane is going to start losing, maybe sooner, maybe later, but there's no carry, maybe besides Sven, that can take her on.
And she went for this, like, heavy, 3 points in Lunar Blessing, no points in Moonglaive, so she cannot jungle. They were trying to make this Wyvern, do more damage with the Q.
Yep.
But, oh, look at those stacks. Oh, no one's going to farm those stacks. This is crazy. They're doubling down the stacks. What the hell?
Oh, and there's a Gyrocopter in this game. Gyrocopter just found a small stack. This is huge for Costabile. And go for Sexy Yogi. He's going to be destroyed here. But he's not important. What matters is the stacks here. Call down use for sure. Commit it. Commit everything. Take the gold, Costabile. And there we go. That is almost more important than a kill.
Oh, I actually got PTSD from watching the Wyvern stacking that camp. Because, like, when... I'm not sure if you play carry. But, like, sometimes when Anti-Mage was a hero, I was, playing Anti-Mage. My lane was doing fine. I'm like, all right, now I can start farming some camps. Things are going to be Gucci. And then you realize that your position 5 stacked the large camp, like, 4 times. And, like, you just cannot farm it. And I think that's going to be the case here. Like, how... It's going to take 10 minutes for the Luna to have enough glaives to even consider this. And I think SG knows about this camp.
Yes.
They will rotate for that for sure.
That's a very good point, actually, because Gyrocopter is one of the best ancient farmers in the game, particularly for stacks, right? He doesn't care how many there are. Mid lane, by the way, with Dragon Tail will kill PP. Easy kill for them. As they just caught him with Dragon Tail, a bit of damage here with the Soul Catcher, and he was down. As in the top lane, Mariano suffering from Tabo. Tabo and the Spiderlings going for Mariano. Mariano, what is he going to do? He's going to get some help from Pamplona, and now the Furry Squad is going to get rid of the Spider. Only one Arachnid allowed in this lane, and his name is Sanking.
Oof, this is rough. You know, the Sand King is doing what they anticipated, which is defend that tower. But the problem is, the Brute can farm the wave, just like Sand King does, and farm like all of the other camps. So it's not even like a good trade. They're just defending the tower. Oh, Luna.
Yeah, we're seeing Berna. They committed the call down. She has no points in Eclipse. I think Berna could be in trouble. Oh, wait, never mind. PP's coming in. He knows. He doesn't want to lose his carry. They get help from the disruption, and Tiolicor will be able to survive this onslaught. But they did rotate PP defensively, which is not ideal. At least they're protecting Berna.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is not good. It is not good. Like you saved the Luna, but this Ember, it really doesn't feel like he did a lot. And he's constantly trying to find someone to kill. But the heroes inside of us are tanky.
Maybe DK. I mean, he's the tankiest hero. Has Dragon Tail too. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, okay. That disruption should have come a bit earlier. Got hit by the sharpshooter. He's no longer broken, so his OP passive is back online, and he should be fine. King Jungle's apologizing for not getting the right timing. What a true support.
What a true support. The carry, the mid player is screaming at him, and he's like, sorry, man. It's my bad.
Please don't scream at me.
I'm joking. 40i is like the coolest guy ever.
Yeah, he really is very chill.
He is able to scream at people.
Yeah. Nobody in SGS struck me particularly as well, Tabo in his old days, but I think now he's much a chiller person.
All right, kind of a smoke gank here from Infinity, but it doesn't really look like you're gonna find anyone.
I like what you called it, kind of a smoke gank, because it doesn't seem organized enough.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just PP at this point. And PP is... I mean, one good thing is Mariano delayed this tower from falling for like a solid 3-4 minutes, but he did nothing during this time, and now he's gonna die for free. So this is the bane of being a Sand King here. However, maybe you are capable of getting a counter kill. Ooh! Nice sharpshooter there from Pamplona. That's gonna catch the Mirana. ADR did not have a Dragon Tail, but has it ready now in a second. They cancel his Blink Dagger. No, he actually got him blinked onto the squirrel, guaranteeing a kill on Pamplona.
Yeah, this is rough. You know, I think this would be a prime game for this Ember to go Vessel. But, you know, as an Ember, you always want to be kind of greedy because this hero doesn't work if you build too many defensive items. But because he's not going for that Vessel, they're lacking damage right now. It's going to take a while for the Hoodwink to finish it since, you know, she's only been a part of 4 kills. And it's all of the kills Infinity has in the entire game. Oh, man.
What is the solution here for Infinity then? Sorry, as we talked to net worth, which is
another smoke gank. that's what you do when you're very desperate.
Okay.
You just press smoke.
You Hail Mary smokes, right? You hopefully you find someone along the way that's not DK. But you're right though, because one of the main cores that you can kill is not really a value or a possible kill for you. It makes these smoke ganks much less likely. You have to settle for King Jungles, which is just a 5. This can count as tanking the smoke. Honestly, it's really not worth very much.
Exactly. And, you know, Luna's not ready to even go with them there, so they get a kill, but the tower's still going to be up. Status quo, still the same. Berna at least pressuring bottom a little bit, but obviously doesn't want to stay there for too long.
I think it's time for Mariano to stop defending the towers from Broodmother and just try to go and gank with the team.
I agree, he has Blink for a while now.
Yeah. So I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you, I'm not stating it. You can agree with the question, but like, do you think it's the correct choice, or it should be?
No. I agree. I think he should be a part of it. I guess like his TP was on cooldown. I'm not entirely sure what he did with it there. That's probably why he didn't join his team. But he might probably just walk bottom now. We'll see what he does.
Okay. Now he has TP back off cooldown. So maybe I know I've seen some weird plays with Mariano in his TP. So.
Oh, the smoke from SG. Oh, Mariano. Be careful.
Papita,
okay,
no. Papita, corre. He's in the trees. He's in the trees. Fine. Mariano's found a spot. Oh, no. He's actually checking where they see him. And he's trying to find the perfect spot. Is this the comfiest spot? Are you comfy, Papita? No, he needs to find a better one.
Yeah, still looking.
Still looking.
All right.
It's like watching a National
Infinity
Geographic documentary here. Oh, he sees a spray.
The Sand King.
Look at the Wild Sand King.
In his natural habitat, griefing under the tier 2 tower.
Exactly. Oh, the spiders! The spiders gonna detect him. Oh no, Mariano's been seen. No longer is the trap, but they've been baiting with the illusion. That was perfect. Can they turn this into something? ATR could be in trouble. He might be a bit too tanky though for them to kill, but I'm gonna try anyway. And Sexy Yogi activates the Winter's Curse. That's gonna be on King Jungles. ATR could die here. They might just get him. Disruption to save him, and King Jungles will die in return. Licor might also fall here. As they manage to blink out with ATR, the Licor will not be so lucky. They'll lose 2 supports. But, well, yeah, that's actually not bad for Infinity. Not bad. The best they can muster.
Fine. They defend the tower. Lots of spells used though, so SG could try and maybe force a fight knowing that Epi is down. But yeah, it was a good defense by Infinity. The Eclipse did so much damage actually. I'm very impressed.
I like the illusion bait there a lot. I thought the illusion bait by PP was very good.
PP.
Double.
Okay.
Double. That was very confident, and he shouldn't have been. Oh, or maybe. Oh right, he has the Hood of Defiance. Hero? He has the Hood of Defiance. Right, that makes sense. That's why he was so confident. We have DK1. We have DK Spider version.
Like I think my screen was bugged because I couldn't see that the web actually went all the way where he was. Yeah, but he just ran out like it was nothing.
Yep.
What a hero.
It's hard to tell the web sometimes. Well, isn't there a cosmetic for the webs too?
Yes. I'm not sure he has it here though.
I don't think it is though.
Yeah.
I know there's a cosmetic for the spiders too, like the special immortal or whatever, which is the green spiders.
Oh, they're going Roche now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no Epi for 30.
that is, I mean, they have no Solar Crest though, or Desolator or anything. Yeah, they decided it's like, we don't do Roche fast.
Somehow the attempt actually forced the smoke out of Infinity, so I think that's a win by itself as long as they don't bleed any kills, which they might.
Oh no, Mariano just discovered himself. Oh, the Roshan stopping the Mirana right in her tracks. He can't get the arrow with that. ADR leading the charge. Licor following behind. Sexy Yogi has the Winter's Curse though to stop this. And it seems like the anime duo might be trapped here. They're surrounded by enemies, or perhaps they're the ones that are doing the trapping. Licor for now, he's kind of screwed. He's going to die to the sharpshooter. They really wanted him from behind. PP does get stunned. They're going for Sexy Yogi instead. PP is going to be capable of TPing away. And it's going to be this time SG who's going to settle for the 2-for-1. Only supports dying. Mariano would be ideal for them as well. Blink Dagger ready in 2 seconds for ADR. Going to find Mariano there. With the help of the Sycambolas, the Spawn Spiderlings, Mariano is going to die. Adios Papita and 2 of his friends. So very similar to the last trade we saw there by Infinity, only reversed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a decent attempt by Infinity, but that's the problem with that smoke, right? If you just try and engage into Roche and nothing comes out of it, you're gonna be fine. But because they're constantly burning through the smokes, and they're not really getting that much out of it, it's just like a trade.
Yep.
It's not ideal. They're gonna lose this tier 2. I don't think they have smokes on Infinity anymore, which is definitely gonna be SG's time to Roche whenever they realize that. Luna's farm though, pretty thick.
I think you mean fat. I don't think thick means that.
I mean, isn't it the same? Isn't it the same thing?
Not quite. It depends on how you spell the thick, I guess. It's okay. Whatever appreciation you have for Luna, it's fine, Bowie. I respect, all tastes. It's okay. I saw the anime too. She's nice. She's fine.
Oh man, I was actually so embarrassed. I was casting with Richie, and I was telling him that I think Dark Willow's voice is the best voice in the game. And
okay.
I like her. Okay, I think there are some. There's like how would you even say that? Like there's classic beauty and other types of beauty. I think some heroes they have classic types of voices like Shaker.
Okay.
Kind of hard not to get impressed by how deep their voice is. But I think I've seen that enough that I kind of got desensitized. You know what I'm trying to say?
Desensitized, yeah.
Yeah. So I just like Willow's voice. I think it's unique. I think it's different. But then he was like, all right, what's the name of Dark Willow's thingy? It was not Meresca.
Oh, name.
No. Of the, like, spirit, whatever, that lives with her. And I couldn't answer it. And he was so pissed at me. It felt like, you know, we were bonding over Dark Willow, but I was just faking it.
This story is weirdly creepy. What do you mean you're bonding over Dark Willow? I don't understand. Richie hasn't played Dark Willow. He's trolling me. He's a witch doctor spammer.
Really?
Yeah. That's all he plays.
Okay.
He's a master tier on the hero. No, wait.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Double. He's been found out. Yeah, you see his face. You don't think he's a witch doctor spammer, right? But he is. He's a filthy spammer. Sexy Yogi gets found out by a Dragon Knight, and we're gonna catch the Wyvern. Easy ADR. But you gotta find something that's not the supports, right? It's Ember and Luna killing time. Luna has finally got enough farm to get off the ground, and once she gets BKB, I think Infinity will be itching for a fight. As they also find, by the way, Teolikor here in the middle lane with a sharpshooter. They'll finish him off, but ADR wants to defend his teammate. He's all alone, though. Doesn't really have the damage to bring down anything. But with the help of King Jungles, they might be able to slow down Mariano. They have Dragon Tail in a second. Mariano is not going to complete that TP, and instead he'll be sent right to the grave.
Yeah, this is Roche for SG. I mean, the Luna is really fat, but what's kind of scary this game for the Luna is the Dragon Tail from DK, right? Even if you have BKB, if somehow the instant stun lands, the Luna is probably going to be dead, because you have arrow into gyrocopter damage. So it's so rough, because like usually you want this Manta on the Luna, but I think, you know, there's a lot of value in Sanji and Yasha as well, since you're against this Shadow Demon hero. It's just a hard game for the Luna to build.
So what do you think is the item that allows Lua to fight this game, because you're up against a Jar? What's the be all?
It's not really the item. It's just your positioning. Like you cannot be in. Yeah. You cannot be in a position where the DK can initiate with you and follow up, because I don't think there's an item that's ever gonna save the Luna if she gets initiated like that. So it's all gonna be in the teamwork and Burna's positioning.
So the problem here that you're saying is also in the positioning is partially because Berna has to be the one that it kind of jumps in, right? Because Senking usually is not the one that leads the charge, right? Like sure, he burrow strikes, but he's not like a DK who can tank everything. So maybe
like you need the Luna to be in front, somehow survive, and the Senking like counter initiate afterwards.
Right. Is it possible Mariano could build in a way that he was like a tanky Senking and could do that, fulfill that role for the Luna, and that way Luna doesn't feel so compromised to do everything at once?
It feels like that's what he's going for. The eggs, you know, it's relatively tanky, allows him to like stay in the fight, keep burst striking, but looks like Wyvern's dead.
Yeah, looks like Wyvern's dead. Sexy Yogi's got caught by an arrow there. In exchange, though, Teolikor could also be in trouble. Disruption's been used. The sharpshooter again. They hit him with a Lucent Beam. They save him with a pipe, though. Good timing there by Tavo. Never mind.
Oh.
PP just gets rid of the Luna. PP, though, going back to base. As he knows he can't really fight this. That was a huge Splinter Blast. But the pipe will save him once again.
Yeah, this whole game just feels like SG's playing with Infinity. You know, they kind of just YOLO the Roche, force the smoke, and then they're back. They force this high ground. They have to buy back the Wyvern. SG's back. They are playing very low commitment on SG, and I love it. I think it's really playing to the strengths of their draft.
Okay. But is there a point where it becomes too low commitment? So because they have a Broodmother, they will fall off at a certain point. You know, is it not?
Let me think. I think if two ages go, if they actually, you know, the second ages is over and SG doesn't have a single lane of barracks, then there's definitely. Now, if they only have one lane of barracks, there's definitely potential for Infinity to come back. Because as you said, I think this Luna becomes super scary.
Okay.
So probably that, you know, as long as SG doesn't do anything with the first one and the second one just gives them one lane of barracks, probably pretty doable for Infinity.
Okay, that is pretty.
They do have Solar Crest on Bruno. We were talking about it.
Yes, so that's gonna help him with Roshan taking as well, in addition to of course pushing. It's pretty.
Right, if you could actually have the voice of any Dota hero, which one would you take?
Wisp. Not even asking. Not even questioning it. ATR. There's the... I mean, between Wisp and Phoenix. I think Phoenix is my favorite voice actor, to be honest. I absolutely love...
It would be fairly entertaining, like, if, you know, to have someone casting and have Wisp voice. That would be...
Can you imagine the giant contest in Tribal and you're like... that's the cast. I like the voiceless heroes. I really enjoy the heroes that have a lot of personality and just squawks or you know,
yeah. I love Phoenix.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the best ones.
Costabile? Oh, he's fine, right? Yeah, he still has the BKB and the Aegis, so he's not going to die here. But they've really done nothing for these racks in this process. They don't have any AC or anything like that. The Broodmother went fully for the Aura build, so you're lacking that kind of push factor. And the high ground defense for Infinity is really good, so they can't delay this game easily. However, Infinity has decided...
Huge turnaround for Infinity here. They're going so deep. What the hell?
I have never seen... This is beyond the flank. At this point, you just go into the enemy base. Mariano's like, guys, they're over here. They didn't leave. We were going the wrong way the whole time. And now they're pushing your racks. Go back,
What is
Infinity.
happening?
They're going to flank him now. They're going to flank him. It's just a really long-winded flank. Yeah, look, Revenge the dish, best served cold. They're going to go in, and they're going to find ADR. They're also on King Jungle. They have stopped the Licor. King Jungle is dead. ADR is the BKB, though. And now we have the core-to-core match between Costabile and Berna. But Costabile is easy to avoid this. PP's out of Remnants. PP's is going to die here. This is Ring not saving him. Winter's Curse to reset the fight. But what are we resetting for? For the Eclipse. And Mariano with a Burst Strike. This might be enough to at least kill Costabile. Berna activates the BKB. But the damage is being divided. They're all a bit too tanky. You can't kill a single core in SG, only the supports die. And that long-winded flank was for nothing.
Wow, I'm actually so impressed with Costabile. He never presses BKB throughout all of that fight.
Yeah, Nerve of Steel.
Still has it. Yeah, that's the man that's getting married.
Oh,
he's
is he?
Actually, yeah, he's getting married.
That's awesome. That is
yeah,
awesome.
he's a fiance right now. Very excited. You know, her GF and Costabile, amazing people. One of my favorite people in esports, I would say.
Is she an esports person too, or outside of esports? Oh.
I didn't catch what you said, but Broodmother?
Oh, I think Illusion's almost killed Sexy Yogi there. Is she also an esports person, or is she outside of esports?
Well, I think she was a manager for a while, and she is the one that actually drew all of the Binomistas compendium DPC thingies, you know?
Yeah, the supporter packs.
Yeah, the supporter packs.
That's pretty
cool.
So
I'm not sure. She's actually a nurse, but she did dabble with esports just a bit, you know?
Those are very, very well done. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I love those.
Those are very good.
The Khaleesi Invoker.
Yes!
That's a good one.
I almost wanted to buy the Binomistas pack just for that, to be honest. But I'm a bigger fan of the voice lines in the sprays. I think the voice lines are... I really like that the supporter packs brought in some Brazilian and Spanish voice lines to the game. That's what made me happiest about the game.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I really like spamming Choco in my pubs. It's really nice. That's the caster, by the way. Does some of the Thunder Predator voice lines, in case you guys don't know. A very, very popular Spanish caster and a good friend.
He's been like pretty much from TI1, right, in the scene?
No, he's like TI4, 5 onwards.
TI4? Okay.
It was. I mean, it was.
I wasn't thought he was super OG.
No. He's OG though. He's definitely OG. He was back when the Spanish people used to be on Twitch. That's how OG he is. Before the great Facebook divide.
Oh yeah.
No, he's a good dude, nice streamer, promotes nice values, very top tier caster, and the Thunder Predator line is one of his voice lines. Also one of his catchphrases when he casts Thunder, which is why they included it. It was very cool. I am very happy to see that happen in Dota.
Yeah, it's really fun. Okay, so looks like we have kind of a chill moment here. SG pretty much just waiting for Roche. Infinity cutting waves, doing all sorts of weird stuff.
King Jungles, they find Mariano. Winter Skirts, please don't kill my Mariano. Oh no! They kill Sexy Yogi. And your captain might still die. King Jungle, sure, he dies to the Winter Skirt. But Mariano, he's the real one in trouble. As ATR has Blink Dagger in 4 seconds, they're just going to let him go. They acknowledge that he's just not catchable. But they've also noticed that Berna is suspiciously in the bottom lane, so maybe this tower is free.
Yeah.
ADR, though, he's looking for kills here. Does he see he could actually blink and stun Pamplona, but it doesn't see him because it's nighttime. Instead, he's going to be waiting. Oh! Ooh. ADR appeared a bit too soon. There were too many spiders in the Sleight of Fist.
It's actually so fun like using Sleight of Fist when there's like a 100 units, because you can pretty much get another Sleight of Fist off when when the cooldown, the cooldown is gonna be ready before the Sleight of Fist is over.
If you have Maelstrom, your DPS is so high with that, like you actually kill anything inside that.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, this is looking actually better for Infinity than I anticipated. I think that wraparound, we're kind of mocking it, but it was really well executed. It felt like they wouldn't have enough time, but SG, since they didn't know where Infinity was, they also didn't commit fully to the barracks, so that's kind of a weird moment there.
The thing, though, that in that wraparound, SG still won that fight, right? Because their core-to-core is still a bit stronger. And I think Dragon Knight is making a big difference here. The impact of the Ember versus the tankiness of Dragon Knight just can't compare, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Ember is overall just bad. Like, most of the spirits are bad versus tanky heroes because they rely on, like, a lot of mana, like Storm, or cooldowns to kill people. Mm-hmm. And you get to a point where those cooldowns are not enough to kill anyone. Mm-hmm. At least if they're tanky enough. Yeah.
Fine King Jungle Swashbuckle is valuable because that's your save. So now you're going to counter Nation yet again. Kostabile is seen alone. Hey, Devil Winter Skirts. Kostabile is just chasing down Sexy Yogi, though. Really careful. They catch him with a power strike. Berna nearby. There's an Eclipse too. They forced the BKB already. But since there's no Winter's Curse, they can't really kill him. He's going to TP towards the end of that BKB. And actually cancels it because they see the opportunity. Sexy Yogi died in the backlines as ATR now fighting Berna head on. And he's winning this fight. Oh, ATR. Apparently, he's just a bit stronger in this Luna. Much like in the anime. It's all true, Bowie.
Oh,
they even arrow PP. Much like in the anime, Miranda does not miss. But PP, he has a bit too much mobility, so he's capable of getting out alive. And now ADR could be in trouble, saved by a disruption. Tiolicor has an arrow in 4 seconds. Oh, Tiolicor, get down, Mr. President, he says. As he goes and leaps to actually take the shot. What a bro.
That was insane. Wow, that was the perfectly timed Mr. President jump on the Mirana. That was awesome.
That was so good. That was so good. So I love that he leaped to it, That's what a true bro does. You waste your mobility abilities to take damage for your cores.
I don't even think it was necessary, but he was just showing how invested in protecting for the R he is.
Like, you don't touch my friends. Only I touch my friends. Solo Crest, though. Oh my god, this Roshan is falling so quickly. I guess now with Solo Crest and Daedalus is easy. Aegis for Kostabile. Who do they give the shard to? ADR? Yeah, honestly.
Yep.
Not bad. I actually think the Fireball's pretty good.
I think it's good too.
Oh, shard is for King Jungles. Oh.
Oh, the Dispel?
Yeah, not bad, right? You dispel the Searing Chains.
The
Arctic Burn, Splinter Blast Slow.
The Arctic Burn, that's a lot of damage if you don't dispel it.
Yeah, that's true. Is there Vessel or anything?
What is kind of counterintuitive is the Gyro's build. Usually, since he's against a Wyvern, you would maybe think that at least a Maelstrom would be nice, so you can do damage in the Code Embrace. Yeah. But I think he just wants to make sure that they can Roche and Siege, fast enough. So he's just actually going all into physical damage. That's pretty cool.
That's a good point. He could have got MKB, for example, or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess
I feel like there's going to be like Sandstorm when he goes high ground, and over time, if you take too long to siege, you can probably just die even with Aegis. So I like that he's going all in with the physical.
Oh, they ended up giving the shard to the Gyro, by the way. Interesting.
Oh. Okay.
Not the and the Broodmother has the other shard, or she's bought her own shard, I believe. Which is actually really good. So Kambola being area, 80% miss chance is absurd. It's a 10-second golden ability. ADR knows what Pamplona is. Where you hiding, little squirrel? There's the arrow. And we are continuing. Breathe fire there, and that's dead Pamplona.
Nice. Yeah, as you said, the AC is going to be for the R's next item, it feels like. Mariano might be in trouble here. Oh. Yeah. It's Gucci.
Stings, don't it?
This game is so funny, actually. Like, they all TP bottom. They just want to make sure no one's split pushing. And then they TP top the wave's still there, so I think this is gonna be a push finally.
Oof, they wanted to go Mariano there. They're hoping that he was in the middle of the sandstorm on the end, but of course Mariano's a pro player. They're not gonna make this mistake, you fool. This Papita. This man's a veteran. Mariano, he's baiting out to the epicenter. I think he's trying to.
I
force
love
him
this
to
change
BKB.
actually.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, he's trying to.
I'm glad they changed it because otherwise it was the only ultimate that worked that way still, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that good of an ultimate. It was actually pretty bad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it was not even that good. The cooldown, pretty... You know, when you look at Mars and some other heroes that have these insane low cooldown ults, Sand King was definitely felt out of place. I don't know, Mr. Avo. This is looking like a very slow and methodical game from SG. Do you feel like there's still any hope here? Any items you're like, oh, maybe if they get there, something might happen?
What, for SG or if SG will
Or
feel like they
Infinity.
can push? Oh, Infinity, okay. I was thinking the same thing, you know. I was about to ask you the same question, my friend, because I'm not sure, right? It just seems like it's an endless grind until Luna can kind of beat the Gyro 1v1. I don't know if that ever happens, to be honest, with this build that they both went for. Like, if you look at Luna's build, now with Daedalus, I think it's a bit more even. But Costabile still has like 3k above her. The Axe makes him quite strong. He has much more scaling into the ultra late than Luna does. Because you eat the Axe, right? And then you just have so much damage with a Moonshot.
And 1 versus 1, like, Gyro's just much stronger than Luna. It really, like, when there's a bunch of units, that's when Luna shines.
Exactly. And I don't feel like SG is going to be caught out. I also find that DK is going to scale better than the Ember because of the reasons you said. He's just a natural counter. Okay,
they need 2 Rapiers.
Yeah, I think they need Rapiers, you're right. Costabile just lost the Aegis. Sharpshooter thought... Okay, Sharpshooter actually caught the King Jungles for free there. How long did Aegis have? Okay, not even a minute. I guess it's fine. All things considered. What scares me though, this is the point where SG is like, guys, I don't think we can ever push high ground and we're gonna get a 80-minute game until SG pushes.
It is very possible. You know, the SG, they didn't take a lot of risks in all of these 35 minutes that we cast, so I assume they're just gonna wait for the next Roshan. They are, you know, as long as you control that triangle, don't let Infinity out of base, you're always gonna be out farming them. And I guess that's how you deal with the fact that late game Luna could become massive. You just out farm her by 3 items. Oh, smoke.
Sanking, okay. Costabile. Costabile has the BKB. They did get the disruption off here. And Jungles for now surviving. He does take away the Flame Guard from PP. Mariano does get killed in the backline. Does PP. He's being chased after. He has Demonic Purge still on him. But with the BKB, he should be fine. Gets a really defensive Remnant, and that's going to save him thanks to the Ags. Meanwhile, they do catch up on Plona in the backline, so that's not going to be as important as killing off the enemy mid laner. However, you now know PP has no BKB. So maybe you try and jump him again. ADR will have Blink Dagger in 7 seconds. Costabile will be leading this charge. And there we go.
That was so unfortunate, actually. Yeah, I guess I'll talk about it later once they're
done with this fight, because they seem to want Berna. Call down. Goes for Berna. Power Strike does bother Costabile, who has no BKB here. Epicenter's there. I bet you wish now SD had the shard, huh? Anyway. I have the Epicenter ready. That's going to be exactly 4th ADR, and he's not going to be able to survive whatsoever. So much damage thanks to the Sharpshooter, of course, as well. Telecol also being decimated here, and Mariano is on the prowl for more. 2 seconds till the next Power Strike. Can he guess this correctly? He won't. Won't see where Tabo is either. So at least he'll be able to retreat, and the rest of SG as well. But Infinity is starting to look a bit stronger here.
Okay. That was worth it, I think. You'll buy back the Sand King, but you get the DK kill. Maybe they can, you know, they actually already cleaned all of the wards in their triangle. They're gonna start farming a little bit faster. Okay. I think they probably wanted more kills, but all things considered, that's still gonna be really good for them. SD?
King jungles it again. Alright, there we go. That's the more kills we were asking for.
Yeah.
Relatively easy as well, and he's kind of valuable because he's the one that stops the BKBs, he's the disruption save. All down clears creeps, but there's still 1 creep left alive. It's going to be enough for Berna to take the tower. And the next creep wave is coming soon.
Oh, they even ward. Oh, they really want to go for more than just those kills, but they have to be careful because there's buybacks on this Shadow Demon DK.
They want to force the buyback on the Shadow Demon, ideally.
Yeah.
DK won't buy back, there's no way.
They have to be careful. Like, what they're doing is good, but you have to be extremely careful.
Arrow. Okay, only hits the Mirana Illusion, it's fine. One missile has been set up. Sexy Yogi still has a Winter's Curse. Oh, Sexy Yogi, you insane man! Sexy Yogi with a Winter's Curse only on double. I don't know what the plan was there, but once he did that, the whole rest of his team retreated.
Yeah, that's why you have to be extremely careful, because you're trying to get as much as you can, since you're probably not gonna get a situation where you can like kill more than 2 heroes at once. Yep. But because this SK has no buyback, you don't really want to go crazy since Roche is about to respawn. We'll see if this is gonna bite him in the ass. What's the respawn timer? All right, it's gonna be okay. No imminent Roche taking.
Okay, so we don't take the Roshan just yet because there's still a minute and a half, but the SG still has the control over the map, and there's still Radiant, so Roshan is to their advantage. We got a leveler though on the Luna, which will make this next push much more effective, by the way.
Wow, that's huge. So scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it means that one team fight loss for SG pretty much is set of racks for sure.
Now, can they lose a team fight when there's a flicker on this immense gyrocopter?
Oh, no, GG. There we go. Well, I don't know why we were even talking about this game any longer. It's like I'm so stupid.
You know, I think Dota 2 should probably be just, a
gotcha game.
Pretty much a game where you press a button, you see whether you get flicker or the enemy team gets flicker, and the game's over.
I like that. I think that's a good idea. I think that's what we should... I don't know why we have to have all this tactical complexity, right?
Yeah, like, you know...
Just be
wards and Roshan, yeah, pretty much. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, obviously, I think sometimes people overblow a little bit how strong Flicker is. I don't want the item to be totally destroyed, but I do feel like it's on the definitely super strong category of items.
Just stop it from dispelling you. If it didn't debuff you, it would be fine, honestly. It would still be strong, but it would be fine. With a debuff, it's just ridiculous.
I think, you know, maybe if you just take 35 move speed out of it, it would already be... You know, 35 move speed is so much, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I would already be okay with that, but you can either take the Dispel off or just double the cooldown or something, like make it 6 seconds, and then...
Yeah, 8 seconds.
It's already much better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, because having a debuff every 4 seconds is kind of absurd. I think the most similar debuff you get is something like a Phonic Shield or Dark Pact. Obviously, those are strong dispels, but still. And
it doesn't like move you at the same time, which can be like mega impactful in team fights.
And those are 6-second cooldown, of course.
What's going on here? They're kind of roshing, but SG was going high ground, but now that he gave up.